I'm Brianna Quintanilla. I recently returned from a semester abroad in New Zealand. I attended the University of Auckland. A lot of people have come to me to be like, Brie, how did you meet all these people? I found them in the most random places. I met people in the bathroom, on the street, on the internet. Put yourself out there. You will reap the rewards. I promise you. People, especially in my program, I found them to be struggling. There were 11 of us. They were like, we're so great, not clicky. Actually, like one big click. It was so hard for me to feel okay breaking away. Because if you're the only one breaking away, you feel a lot of pressure. I want to fit in with them, but at the same time, like the reason why I came here was to meet new people all around the world, not just from the US. Nothing wrong with Americans. I wanted to get the full cultural experience. If you're looking for that, I am here to help. You might not think of these places. You might be like, duh, Brie. Of course you're gonna meet new people there. Have your list of go-tos and just be ready for anything. I didn't expect anything that was coming. There's a lot to expect from studying abroad, and people say it's a self-discovery thing. You have no idea. Try not to make it boring. Because if you're like me and you don't like to read, that's why I'm making these videos. So whenever I want to know how to do something, I just go on YouTube and then something pops up and this will be your pop-up. Step 1. Go to orientation. This program is purely set up for you to meet new people. Every person from every other program, from every other state, and from every other country is there. It might possibly be mandatory for them, and they're ready to meet people just as much as you are. There might be those people in your group, if you're like me, that are going to be like,
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a junior or senior college, and I've been there, done that kind of orientation thing, and I'm just done, and I'd rather do something I can't do throughout the school year. I'm going to Great Walk, so how about it?
I can't tell you how difficult it was to break away from that and make up your mind now. I'm kind of a nerd. I kind of wanted to compare and contrast the orientation programs. I got an extra tour of the school. I went to a bunch of concerts and met some locals. I just kept meeting all these new people, and I was invited to all these new places. Like, I might have to associate with some first years as well that are new to the school. They're just as scared as you are. Maybe they'll open up to you and their culture will open up to you. You'll be so happy. My friends actually came back from their 2-day hike exhausted. I hate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm not even ready for school tomorrow. And later on they were like, Brie, how did you make these friends? It's like, well, I went to orientation. And they were like, oh. Step 2, join clubs. Sounds like the most obvious decision. I came in with a plan of attack. Didn't really sign up for any of the ones I was planning to. I never did it. What my school did is the first week of school, all the clubs, so they said, they were all trying to market to you and get you to sign the club, and they tried to talk you into it, and some of them had like candy floss. It's really cotton candy, snow cones, and like all these things. And what you don't realize is that some of these clubs actually require you to pay a membership fee. And you also get a little like flustered by all these clubs that are having you sign up for them. But you can't fit all of these clubs into your schedule. Join these clubs. I joined a few cultural clubs. I also joined a religious club. It wasn't even my religion. They gave me like an option to go to their camp during mid-semester break. Actually, a great option. Food and shelter and activities and meeting new people. And that was awesome. Find those clubs that meet your needs. Find them, join them, attend them. Step 3, hostels. Hostels will be your best friend when you're abroad. You're going to do more traveling and adventuring while you're out there. You're going to need a place to stay. When you're older, you're going to want your privacy, you're going to want your comfort, you're just going to want all this luxurious stuff that hostels can't provide for you. But what they can provide is a social opportunity. Meet all these people that are in the same position as you. Traveling alone, other groups, you can befriend them. Don't be scared. When I was in Queenstown, I literally met my roommate for less than 5 minutes, and she was asking me where I was from, if I was on break, and all of this stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm on mid-semester break. I'm only here for like 2 days, and tomorrow I plan to go bungee jumping, but none of the people want to come with me that I've traveled with, but I'm going regardless. And she just looked at me and she was like, Can I come? Are you kidding me? I don't even know you. But I'm all about including new people. Bungee jumping is not the cheapest thing. She was so down, and I didn't even know her. On the ride up, we started bonding together, and I learned that she was traveling from like Thailand. She's originally from Canada, but she's just taking some time off just to do her own thing. Look into it, do your reviews, get your friends to stay in the same hostel with you if you want. Doesn't have to be the same room. Just go for it. Step 4, ask for directions to find people. Ask if you can tag along because that's where you're headed to. 3 instances where this was perfect for me. I didn't know where to go for the welcoming ceremony for new students. I found this group of people and they were all waiting around. I was like, well, are you guys headed to this welcoming ceremony? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, well, do you mind if I tag along? Because I don't really know where I'm going. Of course you can tag along. And I actually ended up being invited to all these other dinners to go with them. It created a chain reaction of friendships. Another time this happened, a friend asked me where I was going to this barbecue I heard about. I just walked by, they were like free food. I was like, cool, chill. Being an international student is the best conversation starter of all. You will never have nothing to talk about. I know that's a double negative, but you know what I'm saying. Ended up being invited to a grad party. All my friends were like, whose graduation are you going to? Another time that I decided to ask for directions, I walked outside. I kept walking in and out because I was so nervous because I didn't know anyone and I didn't know where I was going. Okay, I'll wait for people to come out and I will obviously know if they're going because they will be in toga. I met a couple of girls outside of the door and I was like, hey, are you guys headed towards the toga party? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Do you mind if I like follow you guys? Because I don't feel like walking by myself at night to the campus, wherever it is, and getting lost. Before you know it, they're like, I think we're neighbors. And I was like, no way. What are the chances of me meeting my neighbors when I was lost? And they were the ones that helped me out. Ask for directions. You might create these friendships, or you might even just meet your neighbors. Step 5, search for alternatives. There was this time where my friend and I were flying into Dunedin and we needed a ride from the airport to the hostel. And so she found us a bus, but it was going to cost us like $40 each to go about 15 to 30 minutes. I wasn't really about that life. I'm really cheap and I asked her, can you give me a chance to search for cheaper alternatives? Came across this website called J-Ride. I like to call it semi-hitchhiking. Hitchhiking is huge in New Zealand, especially for the travelers that come there. New Zealanders are often known for their hospitality. And yes, I've met so many very nice people, but if so would suggest against it, and I would suggest against it because you never know who you're getting into a car with. It was like a carpooling site and you get to plan in advance. They take you to their Facebook so you can check out if they're a real person. I found a man who was going to be in our area. He basically just commuted, so we exchanged information and we're like, if any of your plans change, please let me know so neither of us are left in the dark. Needless to say, we were really scared and a little sketched out when we landed in the airport. It worked out perfectly, and I'm not saying it'll work out every time. Do your research. Ended up giving us a bunch of tips of places to go while we were in the area, the place was known for, what we're doing in New Zealand, what we're studying. He himself just recently graduated from Otago. His dad ended up being a sociologist. I'm a sociology major, and his dad joined a gang as his research. Like, that is what he wrote his thesis on. What are the chances of that happening? He took us directly to our hostel, which we probably wouldn't have found on our own in the dark. It's perfect. And we paid $10 altogether. He was a great guy. So nice. Don't do exactly what I did. Make sure you're safe. I don't want to hear about any of your horror stories. I'm just saying that there are other options out there. You don't necessarily have to go with what your friends tell you is the only option. Step 6. Eavesdropping. Eavesdropping will be your best friend. I know it sounds a little weird and a little intrusive and I don't know, but it works. Pay attention to those people that go to the same events you go to because they might be international students as well or just interested in the same things that you are. Someone who was eavesdropping on me figured that I was an international student and started asking me those questions because she saw me at orientation. Greatest friendship ever, because we both discovered we were from Washington, not outdoorsy, like that we're both broke as a joke. And we ended up finding out like later on in our friendship that we even had the same birthday. The world is so small and you have no idea who these people are that you're gonna come across, but they will play a significant role in your life. And we started doing like everything together. We started traveling together, going on all these adventures, discovering new places, and trying new foods. I would say eavesdrop a little bit, find out where people are from, start making those conversations, and find your common interests. It will help you so much. So that's all. You're welcome.